In the most recent years, I think it is fair to say the Nike Dunk Low is one of the most popular silhouettes. Now, when you go out these days, you can spot them within a couple seconds. They are literally everywhere. So Nike have obviously jumped on that bandwagon and they've started to release different editions. So we have an edition today. We have the Nike Dunk Low Twist. At first glance, they look almost identical to the Nike Dunk Low, but they have got some additional features which we are going to look at in today's video. Today I've got the Nike Dunk Low Twist in the colorway Jade Ice. These came in at £120, roughly about $120, $130. They are actually £10 more than the normal standard Nike Dunk. £10 is not a lot of an increase, but I'm guessing it's because there are some new additions. These were also released as a women's shoe, so that means we only have women's sizing, which goes up to a UK 9.5. So if you are larger than that sizing, unfortunately, at the moment, you will not be able to get a pair of these due to sizing. I'm hoping that in the future they will release a men's sizing just like they did with all the other dunks. There is quite a few colors at the moment, and to be honest, I was gonna pick up my panda pair so I could do a side-to-side comparison between the Nike Dunk Low Twist and a normal dunk. But when I saw this color, I just thought it's so much more beautiful, and it's nice to have a different color, you know, that's not just black and white. They did, as I said, do a few colors. So we do have a panda colorway, we also have a sand drift, and we also have a vivid sulfur. I'm guessing that perhaps in the future they might do a design your own or release some more colors. I have got here with me a normal standard Nike Dunk, so we can do a little comparison to see the kind of differences between them. This was the closest kind of color that I had. It's kind of a pastel-y color to this Jade Ice. If you are new here and want to stay updated with all my latest videos, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So at first glance, I kind of see the Nike Dunk Low Twist as more of a bulked up version of the normal Nike Dunk. When you put them side to side, they don't actually look too different, but when you do take a closer look, you can see the additions. So for me, yeah, it's just a bit more 3D and a little bit more bulkier. It's just got a little bit more to it. If we do take the actual main silhouette, they are the same. Also, another thing that is the same on the upper, all the leather panels are exactly the same kind of material. There is nothing different there. So on the upper, what you do have though is some more additions. You have these bumpers around the front and back of the shoe, which are translucent and a bit kind of gummy. If you do take a really close look on the back bumper, you will see the Nike logo engraved into it. I didn't notice that until I literally had my eyes right next to the bumper. One of the main differences to the Nike Dunk Low Twist and the normal Nike Dunk is definitely the swoosh. So on a normal Nike Dunk, as you can see, we have just kind of the standard leather swoosh. However, this time we do have a rubber swoosh, and it's almost like we have two. We have one smaller one and then we have one bigger one on the outside as well. And the main cool thing I absolutely love about this is that the point at the end is not actually attached to the shoe. As you can see, it kind of flicks off, and especially when you look at it from the back, it definitely looks very different to a normal standard Nike Dunk because of this. This is definitely giving me ambush collaboration vibes, giving me a kind of more designer collaboration shoe, which I absolutely love. I think it just makes the shoe look very, very different compared to a normal standard Nike Dunk. In terms of the laces for these shoes, the laces are made up of exactly the same material. Obviously, we have them in the Jade Ice color as well. Now, the tongues on both of these shoes are very, very different. So for the Nike Dunk Low Twist, they're obviously going with this hugely padded up vibe, especially when you compare it to the normal dunk. On a normal dunk, we do have the tongue tag on the tongue, which we see in almost every dunk. However, on the Nike Dunk Low Twist, we have this kind of plastic bubbly Nike logo here, again in the same kind of blue color. Personally, for me, when I look at the shoe, that is one of the features that my eyes are instantly drawn to, just because it looks very, very different. Because this is so padded on the tongue, it is definitely a lot larger as well. As you can see, it's a lot higher on your foot. If we then swing around to the back of the shoe, you will notice that we have something missing. We have the Nike logo missing. Instead, we just have an enhanced back heel in this glossy white material. The whole of the back of this shoe is very big. We also do have a padded collar as well. The back of this and the tongue, this kind of section here, does remind me of a Nike SB Dunk, more of a skateboarder kind of shoe. Then if we take a look inside the shoe, we do have the Jade Ice sock lining, and then we also have the Jade Ice insole as well. As for the midsole and the sole, this is pretty much exactly the same as the normal Nike Dunk. We have a white midsole, and then we have, of course, the Jade sole for the bottom of the shoe. So in terms of the upper, there are quite a lot of additional features that are on there, but as I said, instantly, if you look at them from afar, they kind of look exactly the same. But if you do look at them up closer, you will notice that there are actually quite a few differences. Overall, out of all the Nike Dunk editions that they have brought out, this has probably got to be one of my favorite favorite ones. Personally, for me, I'm a huge fan of this glossy swoosh. I just love the fact that it looks like an ambush swoosh. And in fact, you know, it's not a collaboration with Ambush, it's just a normal Nike shoe. So that is a really good feature. For me, I'm still getting used to the back of this shoe without no Nike logo. I feel like when you look at it from the back, it kind of almost, you wouldn't be able to tell that it is a Nike shoe. I feel like that's a really signature look on a normal Nike Dunk. So that will probably take some getting used to. On the back, I think maybe you wouldn't actually necessarily be able to tell that it is a Nike shoe, whereas I feel like the Nike Dunk normal back is, you know, a very, very kind of, it's their signature look. You can instantly tell that it's a Dunk for me anyway. Whereas this, it literally, it could be any brand. In terms of sizing, I went true to size, which I always do for any Nike Dunk that I do get. Even though these are more padded, they still fit exactly the same. So I would recommend going true to size if you are interested in picking these up. As for comfortability, when trying these on, they do actually have the same insole and sole as a normal Nike Dunk. So technically there shouldn't really be too much difference in how they fit. A Nike Dunk for me is a very, very average fit. They're a good everyday shoe. They're not the most, you know, amazing, comfortable shoes in the world, but they're definitely not uncomfortable by any means. What I do really love about this is how they look. I'm actually a huge fan of this tongue. I really thought I wasn't going to be, because I think off shoe, it just looks like, it doesn't look right. The tongue looks way too high, but actually when I tried them on, I really like how they look. And you can definitely feel the extra comfortability around the support of your ankle, and obviously because of the tongue, because there is so much padded, there is so much bulking going on here. But in terms of kind of your actual foot, nothing really. But in terms of around the ankle and higher up your foot, I can definitely feel, you know, that is more comfortable than a normal Dunk. As for boxing, they do just come in your normal standard red and white box. Overall, I am a fan of the Nike Dunk Low Twist, and I think if you're looking for a new everyday kind of shoe and you don't want to go for a standard normal Nike Dunk, then this would be definitely one to have a look at. As I mentioned before, they do come in the classic black and white panda pair, so if you don't want to go for a color, which I can completely understand, you want more of an everyday kind of shoe, then definitely check out the black and white color. I have gone through stages where I thought I'm getting tired of the Nike Dunk. I have a lot of pairs, and now I feel like they're just being rinsed maybe a little bit too much. There's just so many colorways. Every single person is wearing them, but then Nike keep bringing out, you know, new additions, collaborations, and they just draw me back in. I do think that this is one of the best silhouettes. They are just so good for everyday wear, and they go with absolutely everything. I think for me now, when I look for a pair of Dunks, I'm definitely going to go with the more colorful pairs, the pairs that stand out compared to, you know, the kind of more mundane pairs like this. Anyway, that brings me to the end of the video. Let me know what you guys are saying about the Nike Dunk Low Twist. Has anyone picked them up thus far? Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I hope you guys have a blessed week, and I'll see you guys in my next video.